Oh, which one was that? Okay. What's going on, everybody? So today we are going to be talking to moparnut from moparnut 62, not 72. Unfortunately, I got to fix that once we're done here. But it's so let's bring him on and we'll see what he's got to say. What's going on, dude?
What's up? Not much. Like always.
So, where's the channel name come from?
Well, moparnut is me. I'm a moparnut. Everybody, everywhere I've worked, they either call me mopar or they call me moparnut because I've always had mopars. Hey, Florentino, how you doing, man?
Yeah, it chat should be pretty lively because you're pretty popular on YouTube, right? How long have you been on YouTube?
Not that long. Maybe a year, I think.
You've been on longer than that, haven't you?
No. I started with my cars. I started putting my cars, my work with the cars. And then Big C sent me a 62 Impala, and that's what started me go back to the cars, the model cars.
No, I mean that's really cool. I would have thought you've been on longer than that.
And by the way, if anybody wants a T-shirt, there it is. You can come get one. Okay.
Here, we'll blow it up here. What is that? Oh, that's
my logo.
That's cool.
My logo. A good friend of mine drew the logo. She's gone now, no longer around. So
that with a ram? Is that what that is?
It's a ram. Cool. It's a ram, and it's got the Mopar embedded in its body.
No, that's really cool. That's really cool.
She was a great artist. I've got some other artwork from her too.
No, that's cool. So with the name, does that mean you mostly just do cars, or?
I do everything. Anything under the sun. That's the logo of the channel. Anything under the sun. I mean, if I grow something, I grow it.
So with that being said, you're pretty much all over the place, right?
Oh, yeah. If I would have been healthy enough, I would have done the roof and filmed it.
Now that would make your channel a lot more popular.
I'm not healthy.
Then you'd get everybody, just not in the modeling community.
Oh yeah, well the modeling community is one thing. But there's a lot of things in models. I mean, there's model trains, there's model airplanes, there's figures. There's a huge amount of diversity in modeling. One of the things I love about it.
No, I mean, it's really, really cool, right? So what are you working on now?
Well, I'm supposed to be working on this goddamn funny car, but I can't, get to the point. I wanted to get to the point where I do this funny car, and I want to do it with basically decaling it out with all the shop cars. I want all the shop cars that people have sent me, and put it all on the car. Maybe one main, one on the door, but all over the car. Basically, all shop cards from the people who've sent them to me. I just got to figure out how to make it into decals.
Yeah, I'm not the guy to ask that. I barely put decals on the car.
I'll get it. JP sent me a link to doing it. I just haven't gotten to it. That's all. It's just a matter of time for me to do it. That's all it is.
Yeah. No, that sounds really cool and a very unique thing.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Well, if you want Rusty 69, he put all our names on his slot car. He basically, he wrote them down on the model.
And he's doing just one, right? After another, right? Because he
does a lot of slot cars. He takes 125 scale cars and turns them into slot cars. Yeah.
But he's not doing like one car with everybody. He's doing like one with you, one with what was the one before you?
Oh, I don't remember. It's just, it's a lot of stuff.
Oh, what is that?
That's more of that artist's work. I had her
Oh,
do
okay.
up a cat that was I used to have, and this is how she did it.
Oh,
She
that's
was very
cool.
talented. She was very talented. I just showing some of her art. If she's out there, she might see it. Who knows?
Here you go, Mopar. Jamie says he's got a shop card for you.
Cool. Hold on, I got somebody on the door. Hold on.
Man, them interruptions, man.
Be careful, okay?
So, and everybody in the chat, if you have questions for Mopar, especially if they're
All right, I'm back.
oh, did he really put all the names on one car? I must have missed that one.
Yep. Pretty cool.
I must have missed that one.
Pretty damn cool, let me tell you. He's pretty damn cool about it.
What's going on, Mark? What are we? Oh, is that your spray booth?
Yeah, that's my area. That's where I work. I'm half laundry, half paint booth.
No, that's cool. What is that? An old AC thing? Is that what that is?
Well, that's basically I built it out of what we call treated wood. Then I put a 500 CFM motor in the back of it, and it's already lit and everything, so it works really well. And it doesn't take any floor space either. Huh?
How are you lighting that?
Oh, LED. The LED lights. I can go over and take one down. Pop one down. If I can get my hand on it. There you go. See? Like those right there.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool. Really, really cool, dude. So, the Christine. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that one. That one's cool.
That's my avatar right now. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and you can kind of tell you work on a lot of one-to-one stuff.
Oh yeah.
By how your builds look for the modeling hobby.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's really, really detailed, oriented, and you get that fine detail out of your model kits because you have to do it on the one-to-one stuff, right?
Right. I gotta have every detail. It has to fire. And one of the things I like to have is cars that roll. I don't like cars that don't roll. A lot of people build a model and they don't want it to roll because they don't want it to roll off the table and smash onto the ground.
So how are you getting them to roll? Are you just not gluing the axles in?
I glue. I did this guy right here. I glued this guy today. I did the wheels today. And this guy rolls just like a regular Hot Wheel.
Because I know some of the newer kits that I've been doing lately, it like every wheel has like a little bitty axle to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the wheel, and they're all four that way. That's why I was curious if you're modifying.
Oh yeah, well you have to be careful.
All together.
Depending on how they're built. I mean, you can have a metal axle or you have a plastic pin. Sometimes you have a metal pin. Either way, you have to figure out a way not to get the glue in the wrong spot in order for them to roll. A little bit of graphite powder on the axle will make it roll even faster and better. But then again, like I said, most people don't like that because it rolls off the table and bang onto the floor. And I like everything. I like armor. I like figures. I like everything.
So what's your favorite though?
That's hard to do. That's hard to say. I'd say I lean towards the model railroading the most because there's a lot of action in model railroading. You can actually.
And that takes up a lot of skills just all on its own. And we'll come back to that a little bit later. I want to stick to the model cars and stuff first. Mm-hmm. How are you gluing in the windows? Because all of your builds, like you can even see the two cars in the blue and orange one. Right. Them windows look perfect.
Almost. like this one here, this Malibu right here. This Malibu's a really old build. This is at least 25 years old. And again, it rolls really easy as well. I sold it and got it back from my buddy. He took it apart, okay, and painted the interior white because I originally painted the interior black, but he had to have a white one. He went and passed, and he died of cancer, and I got the model back, in an inheritance deal. But the glass is just, either white glue or I use resin, 2-part epoxy, and then just let them sit there. Make sure that it's completely solid before I even touch it. A lot more patience than anything else.
No, but like on all your cars, though, the windows, that's why I was curious to see what glue you're using.
Yeah, well, I'll use epoxy. I'll use white glue. There's watch crystal glue. You can get that as well, which is pretty strong.
No, that's
like
cool.
like on the Impala, the Impala, I just used regular Modge Podge, which is basically a little bit stronger white glue.
Yeah, depending on which Modge Podge you buy, right?
Right.
Because some are actually meant for like clear coating too. It
you can clear coat with it, yeah. Yeah, you can clear coat with it. But the biggest thing you could do is to have patience and not touch it. Once it's set there, leave it alone. You know how hard that was for me to learn as a kid? You know how many glue bombs I had? I had a lot of glue bombs. See, like Hobby Barn uses clear fingernail polish. He just probably brushes it in. But after he puts it in, he doesn't touch it again. Because if he touches it with his little, peanut butter hands, he'll smear it again.
Peanut butter hands. You're going to get him in here yelling at you.
That's okay. Because as long as his heart rate goes down and not up.
Good point.
But it's the same thing, from going from armor. I mean, doing armor and doing a splinter, camouflage. Learn how to do that. This isn't my best work. I call this is my more mediocre work.
But to be honest, that looks really, really good.
That's not like my best work. Like I screwed up getting the spinner right. I didn't get the spinner correctly. I wanted to get the spinner much better than that, but I just didn't get it right, But it's a learning experience. Every single one is a learning experience. You move on to the next.
I agree with that because I don't think I know this is true with me. I don't think I've ever had a perfect build from start to finish. Ever.
I don't think anybody does because most people look at it and they will see their own flaws. The builder will see his own mistakes. Yeah, peanut butter hands. That's what you got.
Funny. I
left the jelly out. You should be glad I left the jelly out.
Yeah, I mean, there's always that.
Right.
So you do planes? Do you do tanks too?
Oh, I can do tanks. Yeah, I haven't done one yet. I bought a few. I just bought a few. I bought a Tiger, and I bought a Sherman, which I want to get involved in doing that too. Yeah, I've got more projects than I could ever finish. That's for sure. I've got 7 1-to-1s that are in pieces.
Wait, what?
I have 7 cars that are in various stages of restoration.
So how how do you find time to be on the hobby bench though?
This is the issue. This is the issue. I have to, now that it's going to be winter and I'm going to slow down on my 1-to-1, I can get more time on the bench.
Yeah.
You know, because it'll be too cold to shoot paint. It'll be too cold to put any body filler down. The only thing I could basically do is weld, because it's the only thing you could do in the winter. And I'll do a complete floor in my Charger. I got to put a complete floor in it for the rear trunk pan. So I'll do that, and in between that, I'll do models.
No, I mean,
and then I'll get the odd person that'll go, "Hey, do you mind putting a radiator in for me?"
Well, you know, I mean, it's, and I think that's what kind of makes your channel unique, is because you actually are showing both, right?
Right. I'll show anything. I'll show, if I'm having a campfire, I'll show that.
No, it's really, really interesting how you make both those come together, and how you take one from the 1-to-1 scale and then you show how you would do it on the modeling scale. It's really cool how you navigate all that.
They're inseparable. They're not separated. Models are the reason the 1-to-1s are there for. They're prototypes. Just like in a model railroad, what are you trying to do? You're trying to model a prototype, a real deal. That's what we're trying to do with our models.
No, it's true.
I mean, I may build like this car here, the blue car. That's what my 1-to-1 is going to look like when I get done. You know, when I get done, this is what I want it to look like this one right here. So I build it like this now, and I'll build my 1-to-1 to look exactly like it.
So is it that's what, a 71, right?
Charger, yeah, it's an AMT version. It's an AMT.
No, it's really cool. So have you dived into the 3D printing yet with the cars?
Not yet. I'm going to get a 3D printer. I was talking to Miguel. He's saying he really doesn't like the big Mono X. He thinks he likes the smaller regular Mono. And that's even cheaper. And if he said if you're not really building large parts like a body or something, that you're better off with the Mono, the regular Mono. He says the detail's better. And the failure rate's better.
But for you could use that on both sails, so you probably would need the bigger one, right?
Maybe, but I could probably wait, cut my teeth on the small one, and then when I have enough money, get the bigger one. And it might even be cheaper when the next model comes out. It might even be cheaper.
Oh, yeah, dude. 3D printing right now is ridiculously cheap.
So he has a point. I should start out with the smaller version. You know, learn Blender. Okay, I started learning Blender, but you know, you see all the shit I got to do, so I have to devote time to doing that too. You know.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I look at some of that software stuff that Dominic and Miguel, and there's another guy doing it now that I've been watching. And I think I could do it, but there's a learning curve to that. There's a big learning curve to that.
Yeah, but like that guy, the Blender Guru, he walks you through it step by step.
Yeah.
When I first went to the first couple of tutorials, I was like, well, this ain't so hard. You know what I mean? Because he actually tells you, you do this, you do that. Well, you got to learn the hotkeys. Once you start using the hotkeys, it's like anything else, you know where they are.
Yeah, but I mean, the hotkeys are good for when you're trying to go fast.
Well, you need them because that's what's going to make you fast. Instead of having to go to the tab and go over there and constantly go back and forth. When you're doing it thousands of times a day or thousands of times an hour, that's going to help you out. And you'll get better. You'll be slow in the beginning, But as you go, it'll get faster, just like anything else. I mean, the first time you did a brake job, you didn't know exactly what you were doing. But after you did the 5th to 6th brake job, you got it. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but to be honest, with the way YouTube is, you only need to watch like 1 or 2 videos and you pretty much got it.
Right. But there's a lot more to Blender. I mean, there's a lot more to Blender than just modeling stuff. There's video. There's making movies, games. There's a lot to learn. And it's an open source, which is great. I mean, that's a great opportunity to learn something for free.
Well, yeah. Blender, I think, is free, but some of the other ones, they're pretty spendy programs at the end of the day.
Yeah, so you should take advantage and learn of that piece and get that under your belt.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like the one that I always look at is Zbrush for like creating figures and stuff.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, that program is like $800-900, and then it's got all of them are kind of, the ones that are really good are $800-900 to get, because you have to buy and then there's a monthly fee on top of that.
Yep. There's a subscription fee.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it gets expensive. I mean, if you're building or making models and selling models, it makes sense, because now you're getting paid for your work and it's coming back.
That's really true.
And in a world that, you can't really do much, you may have to work from home. You know what I mean?
So Jamie has a question for you. Do you just build your one-to-ones to sell, or do you keep them?
I'm too much of a keeper, man. I keep everything. I'm too much of a hoarder, Jamie. I keep everything. From my cold, dead hands. That's what you got to do.
No, it's yeah.
I mean, to me, like anything past like 1990, that's no big deal. I'll sell it. It's no big deal. I've got a 2002 Focus. It needs a new frame in the back, a new K-frame. I'll put a new K-frame in it, run it for a couple of years, and I'll sell it. But I got it for $200, so what's the big deal?
We got invaded by the Red Dragon.
Red Dragon is a good guy, man. I love Red Dragon's work.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I love his stuff, man. It's great stuff, man.
Yeah, Now, since he's on here, he's gonna want to know all the figure stuff that you want to do.
Oh, yeah. I have to watch more of him to learn anything. I'm at a very slow level, you know what I'm saying? This is about as fast as I get, you know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with that? What?
I want better. I want better. Or my Godzilla, you know what I mean? I want better.
So what are wrong with those kits? Those are good figures.
Well, they're good. I mean, but I'm talking about finishing them. Like I got the Anubis. I want to finish the Anubis. I put them together. I need to paint them, and I want to light his eyes, because I saw somebody do it, and that just blew me away when his eyes are lit. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
That just blew me away, man. I want to get into making the motors on the airplanes run, the props run. I want to be able to get the jet engine lighting, flames coming out of the jet engine. With all this LED stuff, you can do that now.
Well, the flame out the back of the engine is going to be a little bit harder than just putting an LED back there.
Yeah, well, you can put some what do you call those little plastic strands of light. Black Sheep, all right.
Oh, you know Howard?
No, I watch his channel.
That's cool.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched Plasmo. I have a list of favorites, man. That's the way it is. I love those guys. You learn a lot just from watching them. Fiber optics, exactly. If you can use fiber optics to make the flames look like they're shooting out. There's a guy who did the Stonewoods and Cook, the one that's a little morphed version of it with the smoke. It had orange lighting with the white smoke. I got that kit and I bought it specifically to light it up.
No, yeah, yeah. I've went and got some of the Christmas light stuff, the LEDs, just the like $2 sets, and I'm gonna light up a couple ships with those, but I got to just make it work.
Yep.
I've got a couple
Red Dragon sign, right? SMDs. Huh? SMDs. You see, like one of my favorite guys is Seamus, you know? See me? Or Shamey? BMW? Whatever, however you say
it. Yeah, I don't dare say his name either.
I don't care. You don't scare me.
No, just because I don't want to get it wrong.
His work is fantastic. He's lighting the inside of the car. Okay, he's lighting the what do you call it? The interior light inside the car. He's lighting the lights on the outside of the car. I mean, come on, man. Well, you got to get to the point is have the engine running and the fan turning and the belts turning, and you're there.
Well, I mean, with 3D printing now, they're getting some of these. I mean, some of these engines now have moving parts. I mean, I don't. Mm-hmm. Some of these guys, what they're doing with 3D printing now, are just on a different level.
Oh, it's insane.
It's just a matter of time. Of course, those will probably be 1/6 kits.
Yeah, 1/6 kits, 1/8 kits, 1/12, even 1/16. You could do pretty good with 1/16. 1/16 for sure. Kits. Yeah.
Okay, so you said you were into railroad. So what's the difference between like our hobby and the railroad stuff?
Well, one, there's more action in railroad because you can actually move them and use them. All right, you can the same lighting and action stuff that you want on a model car you can get on a train. They have improved trains to the point where they're completely digitally controlled now. So you can run 3 or 4, 10, 15 locomotives at the same time on the same track.
Yeah, okay. I take your word for that. I didn't know that was an option, but
well, yeah, that's really very cool. Much an option. You could do that. You can make your own consist. You can model a specific what do you call part of the country. You can an era, like if you want steam. Or if you want the diesel era or the modern era right now, you know, like that Mickey Thompson you're seeing right there. That's just one of my mediocre models that I built. I want to buy another one. When that kit comes out again, I'm buying it again, and I'm building it yellow and red. And actually, I seen one of these blow up at Atco.
So why yellow and red?
Because they came in yellow and red. The Mickey Thompson was in yellow, a yellow version and a red version.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But this one was doomed from the start because I left the body after I painted it on the kitchen table and walked away, and my daughter's friend picked it up and broke the spoiler. It was doomed from the start. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, gotta love kids sometimes, huh?
Yeah, you gotta love them. You gotta love kids. They're the best. But again, everything turns. All the wheels move. That's the way I want them. Because when I was a kid, that was a big deal for me, for things to actually move.
No, that's so cool that you get them to move like that. A lot
like,
of people, I don't do it that way because but I get the.
Like you want to be able to see everything, you want to see the engine. If it was correct, it would have been wired and everything else. You know, the canopies move, you know. This one here, the canopy, I cracked the canopy. So what was the solution? Drill holes in the cracks and say, hey, I was shot at.
Yeah,
you know?
I've done that a couple times. I understand that.
You make a mistake, you go, okay, I'll make lemons into lemonade, you know?
Happy accidents, right?
Right, why not?
Bob Ross himself.
Right, because right now I got the 132 scale version of the Stuka. I want to build the Stuka. Oh man, what's up, Tampa? Diecast, man, diecast. That's another thing. I collect diecast.
I have a couple of diecasts that are pretty cool.
It's a diecast world, man. I don't care what anybody says. It's a diecast world after all. Blues Brothers.
I don't know about
Gotta have Blues Brothers. Diecasts are instant gratification, man. Instant gratification. That's what diecast is. There's nothing more instant and gratifying than having a diecast. You don't have to build it. If you want to, you could modify it.
Well, there's some of them diecast. There's some of them diecast cars that you can put together now.
Yeah,
they come. Everything's pre-painted and everything.
Mm-hmm. I buy them for my daughter. She's putting together this Toyota that's a snap kit. Not a bad snap kit. It's a plastic kit, but it's not a bad one. How are you going to bring kids in if you don't, give them something to start on? They have to have an entry level.
Well, I mean, it really sucks, but unfortunately, the hobby is not. They really don't make it for the kids anymore. They really don't. It's sad.
No, it's just they don't. Most kids don't want to be connected to doing things. They want to be connected to pushing a button. That's what they want to be connected to. They don't want to be connected to doing anything.
Oh, where the heck did you get that?
Well, that's a diecast 4-post lift in 1/18 scale.
That's cool.
And of course, I have to put my car that I'm working, my 1-to-1 kind of car in 1/18 scale on it. It's a little dusty because, I live next to a major highway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and this guy here, the doors open prototypically.
Oh, how cool.
Even the hidden headlights turn. So that's diecast. That's the world of diecast. So Tampa, I love diecast, Tampa.
Yeah, sometimes I wish, and this is where 3D printing comes in handy, where you can build something like those lifts.
Oh, yeah. Suspension.
That's crazy.
Yep, that's crazy. The one that has the moonroof actually opens and closes.
Like with a button or with your finger?
No, it's by hand. It's manual.
Okay. No, that's cool.
It's manual. And this guy, this is a pain in the ass. When you build this kit, if you build it the way the instructions say, the wheelbase will be completely wrong.
Now, why is that?
Because the points where that match inside, where the metal tin inside there, that's in here. So if you see that metal tin, the points that you put that on totally throw this off, and the wheels will be over here, like this. And the only way you can do that is to get rid of those points and just make new ones.
Oh, okay. I see.
This is basically AMT / yeah.
Okay.
AMT / MPC, I think it is, basically. And if you don't do that, you'll have the wrong wheelbase, and it won't look right.
Hey, you know,
This is why it's not made for kids.
Yeah. So what's your favorite modeling company to build?
Well, I gotta say Revell Monogram for the American version, and Japanese it has to be Tamiya.
Yeah, Tamiya is probably the best manufacturer out there.
Worldwide, Tamiya is the best because they use virgin plastic. They don't use recycled plastic. Their subjects are accurately produced. If they would produce American cars, I would buy every single one.
Well, now wait a minute. They do a couple of American cars, right?
Yeah, but
They
not
do.
full detail. They don't do full detail on them. They don't do the engines. You know, it's
Yeah,
kind of hard for me to buy a car that doesn't have an engine. It's like
yeah, but
it's
you get that 3D
counterintuitive
printer.
to me to buy a car without an engine. You know, I'm going to offer you less if you don't have an engine in the car.
No, that's very, very, very good point.
Say
Very, very good point. So, what's next on your channel? What are you building now? Other than that, what's going to be the next thing you build?
Well, I'm supposed to be building these tribute builds. I'm building a Bronco, a dirt Bronco for BK, which you know how it is. Everything gets in my way. But this guy here, I wanted to build this guy here for Butch. And I wanted to do a fishing version of it so I could have, you know, fishing poles in the front. So you put the little white tubes right here in the front and put the poles right there. So it would have fishing poles sticking out like it's been gone fishing. And I don't want it to be clean. I want it to be rusty as well. I want to do that. I would like to finish my Willys someday, the Willys pickup. That would be a nice thing to finish.
Oh, that's
Get this done.
That's
it's
a
the
40,
Coca-Cola version.
That's the 41,
that's the
right?
Coca-Cola version, but it's gonna have a top fuel engine in it.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna have a top fuel engine. Exactly, this one right here from the Jolly Rancher. This came out of the Jolly Rancher kit. It's already been wired, already been painted years ago, and I have it lying around. And I'm going to use these slotted wheels that Miguel, he printed these wheels on that kit. He did an awesome job on them too.
Yeah, he's one that's been figuring out Blender.
Oh, he's got Blender pretty much, packed down. But he develops his own video games, you know, so he's already there. He's already used to it with the program, you know. Plus, he's a unified computer engineer. So he does that for a living, you know.
No, that's cool. Have you done any of the other tribute builds?
I wanted to do the Corvette for I think it's Bella. Can't remember right now, or it might be Veronica.
I think Veronica's the vet.
Yeah, I want to do this one, but I want to do it in the racing version. I don't want to do it in the stock version. I want to do the racing version that does the lights are not on there; they're blocked off, and it's got the hard top instead of the soft top.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And this is an old kit. This guy's from 90-something, 96, 95. I wanted to do that, you know. There's always more on my plate than I need. And you know, I want to take the Monte Carlo. Okay.
Yeah.
And I can't leave Monte alone. This is my favorite Monte. If I was going to get a Monte Carlo, it would be 1970 all the way. But I have to, you know, I have to go get another one of these which is basically the same magenta car that I got in the background there. So I could rob the chassis to make a Pro Street out of the Monty. This kit is a very giving kit. It gives a lot.
That's the kit everybody I think steals from, right?
Oh yeah, that and the Roadrunner, the Pro Street Roadrunner. The Pro Street Roadrunner is a giving kit as well. John Paul just did his '64 Coronet, and I think he used that chassis under it.
Well, that's some cool stuff coming down the pipeline for you.
Yeah, it's just like it's wintertime. It's wintertime. I'd like the Pro Street Disc guy too, which I just got.
Well, that's an El Camino. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a 59 El Camino. So, but I'll probably not use the engine and the snorkel that it's got on it. I'll use that, what you call, intake for something else later on down the road.
There you go.
I'm always watching Hobby Lobby for that 40% off, you know? It's a sickness.
Yeah,
dude. It's a sickness.
It really sucks that they no longer have the 40% off coupon all the time.
Oh, yeah, well, you got to catch it.
Yeah, and it's never the week I go in there.
Get the app on the phone so you don't you waste your time. You know when they got it. Did you check it?
Oh yeah, I check it all the time, but
okay. Frizzo, now that's another channel I love. You know Frank Frizzo.
Yeah, he was on. He's on last.
He's always getting he'll go to the clearance aisle and get the paints for $1 a piece. He pisses me off. I love you, Frizzo. I'm just saying, you're the cheapest man I know.
So how do you like the modeling community on YouTube?
I think it's pretty cool. I think most people, 99% of them, are pretty good people. You got the 1% where they don't watch your stuff, but they comment on your stuff. They don't know what you do. They never heard what you do. They never come by to see your stuff, but they'll comment on you. Those are the only people I don't like. Anybody else, I'm fine with. I don't mind being criticized, but don't criticize me unless you've seen what I've done. That's the only thing I've found that I don't like. Like trolls, I welcome trolls, but I don't get any.
Oh, give it time, dude. Give it time. Give it time.
They don't want me.
So you've basically built everything under the sun. What's other than that Christine build? What do you think your favorite thing is you've built?
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the favorites is that Godzilla I got done. I like that Godzilla. He's huge. He's really huge. I love him for that. And there's another one I got on. That's I think it was an MRC Godzilla I built a while back. Let me go get him.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna switch into tools. Oh yeah, there you go.
So they reissued him. Of course, the daughter had to break one of his fingers. You know how it goes. Yeah. She broke his middle finger. That's the pissing me off the most. He needs his middle finger.
That's funny.
The same thing happened with the Creature of Black Lagoon, but I just replaced the fingers with metal.
Oh, cool.
And just painted it. That repaired it. You got to be able to repair stuff, because if you move, oh man, things are gonna get broken. I've got older builds. My Black Bunny.
Oh, look at that! That's cool.
I love my Black Bunny, And this one survived many a move. Many a move. See, I've been through a lot of things. I sometimes don't always have a steady home life. I wish I had all the models I left on the side of the road.
Yeah, I haven't had to do the moving thing. So let's talk about tools for a second. So what are some of the tools that you like to use?
Well, my favorites are the clippers, probably. I would say the clippers are my favorites. I got this
Which ones do you have?
I got these newer ones on Amazon for like $16. Yeah.
Wait, those are the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're very narrow. They're very good. They're good. The only thing is you got to stay away from trying to cut heavy sprue or you will break the jaws. Okay. And then I got this bigger version just for hitting the heavier sprue. When you have heavier sprue, this is from Harbor Freight. It's a little pricey at Harbor Freight though. You can get them cheaper. And the same as that, but they're a thicker metal, so you could actually go through some heavy sprue. Like sprue is as thick as this wooden dowel, and not hurt them.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
But the other ones are these are great. These right here are great for when you want to get into detail and not take too much material off and have really a little bit to sand, not a whole lot to sand off. They're great for that. And then I go the ones I've had forever. You know these old what do you call? I forgot their name. Xeron. I think it's the X word. The Xerons.
Those are
them forever,
ones, right?
Yeah, I've had them forever. Between these guys and my airbrushes, they're my favorite tools.
I
love my airbrushes.
What airbrushes do you have?
Well, I've got the Talon, okay, the Apache Talon, and I've got the Apache H, and I got the Procon Pro Boy 290, I think it is. And it's got the 0.05 needle in it. It can put down some paint, let me tell you. When you're painting something huge and something good size, it's got both tips. It's got the round tip and it's got the fan tip. So you can put down a lot of paint. Because I'll paint a real car, and I feel more comfortable with a fan when I'm painting a car than I do with just the round tip.
Oh, okay. What was that? Just comfort, or?
It's just I'm used to seeing a fan spray when I'm spraying with a real gun, like one of these. Like when I'm spraying with something like this.
Oh,
that's a real gun. Okay. Well, that one right there is a cheaper Harbor Freight version, or the Vilbus, like that.
Do you paint model cars with those?
You can if you want to. Yeah, they do make them in tips as small as 1 millimeter. So if you were painting, let's say, a 1/8 scale car, or something in that size, a 1/16, 1/12, you could do it. You can bring the fan down enough where you can paint it. They do sell miniguns that are just maybe a little bit bigger than your palm.
Oh, do they really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. How do you think people paint jams? I mean, people paint the inside jams with a smaller gun. On the doors of a real car.
That's a good point.
Sure. Hobby Bar knows all about it. He's been a painter all his life.
Yeah. So after airbrush and clippers, what are some of the other tools you like to use?
Oh, you got to have a decent mat for sure. You got to have a decent mat. You know, you have to have a space to do this stuff. You know, I like to have. I mean, most people don't go this far, but I like to have at least a large solvent bottle when I'm cleaning my airbrushes. I don't like playing around. I clean my airbrush immediately after. I never leave my airbrush not cleaned. That is something you have to do no matter what. I've got a friend that I gave him a complete HVLP a spray kit, right, for free. He uses it one time, doesn't clean it, then he's mad that it doesn't work again. Well, sure, it's all clogged with paint now.
Yeah, I've done that mistake a couple times.
Yeah, I've gone to model stores and seen the guy, oh, I was painting with latex or water-based paint, and now it won't spray. And every single time it's because they let it sit inside the airbrush.
See, this is usually how it goes for me. The second the paint goes in the cup, and I'll be out here for hours, not being bothered. I'll be like, okay, I'll airbrush something real quick. The second it goes in the paint cup, my wife will need something. Never fail. Never fail.
Well, what you do is you dump the paint cup, you put whatever thinner that goes with that paint in that paint cup, spray it, and then leave it. And leave a little bit in the bottom of the cup. Well, then you can come back later and it won't harden.
Yeah, that's generally what I have to do. But
yeah, that's what you got to do, because if you leave it harden, some of these airbrushes can get pretty expensive. People, I think it's a Harlan and Beck, it can go $200-$300 for an airbrush. And
Harden's
no modeler needs a $300-$400 airbrush to do the work. You don't even need an airbrush to do models, really. It's just your preference.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody has their opinion on the different types, but for me, the one that you have that we both have is the Posh H. That thing is like,
it's super simple.
Yeah, that's
simple.
A good.
It's the one that Don Yost always recommends for people to start out with, is the Pache H. And the Pache H with the number 5 and the number 3, you can get really nice finishes on cars or even model airplanes. Overalls on figures. You can paint your figure overall and start out. Frizzo!
Yeah, it's okay, man. You can be late. It's all right. No, yeah, like I always find myself going back to that airbrush, and I have some really good Badger airbrushes too. But I always find myself going back to the Modge Podge just because it's easy to use.
Easy, yeah. But just you're dirtying up these motors, right? That was my Talon. I just used the Talon to do that, to dirty up the motors. Double action.
Yeah,
that's all I did. And it's perfectly fine because it's the gold edition AMT, and I want the gold to show through.
Oh, that's cool. Do you have a lot of Star Wars stuff?
I used to have a lot of Star Wars stuff. When I sold most of my models, I had like 3,000 models, and I sold most of them on eBay and on parts. When you go to a car show and the swap meets, I would sell them at the swap meets. So I sold all but about 500 of my models. So a lot of the models that I really like the Star Trek lighted Star Trek ships, the Klingon ships, they all got sold.
No, I mean that's really cool. It's crazy at the end of the day what some people will pay for some stuff too.
Exactly. I want the Klingon one back, the Bird of Prey, the lighted Bird of Prey I had. I want that one back. But I ain't going to be able to afford it. Get me off the table. Funny.
Printer number 3 arrives today. Which one did you get today?
Nice.
That's awesome.
I think he got the same Mono X. So he has 2 small ones. He likes them better than the big one. It's my table and it's my feet. And notice there's paint all over the shoes because I was painting. I was actually doing work outside, unlike some of yous.
Hey now. Hey now.
Hey, back in the audience.
Yeah.
Photon Man.
It's
a good movie. I watched that movie. Photon Man, that was a great movie.
Photon Man.
I was watching Demolition Man. That's why I said that. Then I had to watch Judge Dredd. And all day long I was telling my daughter, I am the law.
You know what, Frankie B? I've heard there's going to be a couple later today. I won't be in any of them, but because I got family stuff to do tonight. But,
yeah,
I'm
JP
sure
will be on.
I'm sure there'll be a couple.
JP will be on. Maybe Frizzle will come on. And I know Big Country Creations, he's going to be on Sunday, sometime in the evening. And GI Mechanics on Monday. So don't miss GI Mechanics on Monday. I want to see that interview with GI Mechanics, Josh.
I'd have to look at my phone. I think that's next, I think.
That was in December, but that's okay. I can't wait to hear him talking. He's one of my favorite people, man. That, Big C. And, of course, the Frizzo Man. No, yeah, Frankie B. Frankie B's cool. Love Frankie B.
Okay, Mopar, so we've hit about that hour mark. You got any questions for me? Yeah, believe it or not, it's been almost an hour.
Oh, wow. Well, who are your favorite builders?
For like me?
Yeah, for model cars or figures.
Figures. Oh, that's a big rabbit hole right there. But
I know you got a lot of people you probably watch.
So
just mention the ones you remember.
So model cars. I'm just gonna start with the ones that I started watching, and if they post a video, I'm watching it. Classic Plastic 101.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Dr. Cranky.
Oh yeah, he's another good one I like.
Fred Henry.
Yeah, I like Fred Henry.
Gil from Red Dragon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Gil's great. I love Gil.
And then you kind of, this is where it kind of broadens after that. Like there's, oh man, I can't think of, okay.
Big Country.
He's done Donut Spaceship.
Oh, okay.
He's like a Star Trek guy. And then you have Kenny May.
Trekworks, maybe?
I do watch Trekworks, but the problem I have with his is sometimes they're way long. So I don't watch all of them. But I do try to watch at least the first part of it.
HBI Chris is good too. I like watching him because he uses all the Rust-Oleum paint.
Yeah. And then
Lucas C. Yep.
That's just the modeling side. Figures, you got Metalhead Minis, James Wappel, Kathy Wappel. I mean, you could add Gil to that, but
definitely could add Gil.
Everything. And then there's 2 or 3 guys out of the UK that I watch that I don't think anybody would probably know. But
what do you watch?
I watch the Facebook stuff. I don't think they have channels.
Oh yeah. I don't do Facebook.
So But yeah, those are the channels I try to like always watch.
All right. Well, what's your favorite genre of models?
Cars. I'm more of like late 60s, early 70s, I think is the best era
Oh yeah.
for cars.
Even real ones, that's the best era.
No, but I mean, even those style of cars, I've always kind of liked those.
Yeah, because you could actually tell the difference between one or the other. There's no homogenation. There's a lot of homogenation today. Everything has plastic and rubber bumpers of today.
Well, and think of it this way: when they're doing the retro builds for the newer cars, right? They're going back to the late 60s, early 70s.
Right. And they still can't get them right because they're smoothing them out like bubbles.
I think the Mopar Challenger is probably the closest.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best.
Yeah. That's probably the best one.
That and their one that was supposed to be a '68 Charger, the we call it the concept car that they put out.
Yeah.
Which they should have built. If they would have built that, they would have sold a lot of them. Because it had a look like a Coronet and a '68 Charger mixed together. It was a very boxy looking car, which goes against the grain with all the aerodynamics of today. Imagine a modern Superbird. Oh man, I want one.
Actually, you know what? I don't like the new Superbird or the Cuda that they're going to come out with. I don't like how those look.
I haven't even seen it yet. I'll look that up.
Yeah, when you look that up, you'll email me about what you think, because it's ridiculous. I think I don't like the way they look at all, but that's my opinion.
Well, somebody took what do you call a Challenger and made a kit for it to make it look like a Daytona. Okay. And it was pretty decent. The kit that they made was pretty decent looking. It looked like a miniature version of a full-size Daytona.
Yeah. So Frizzo, figures are another level, but it's not anything different than any other part of the hobby. It's not hard, and just try one. I'll tell you what. I went. Oh, I don't have one on.
It's like desk. Josh's pigs on a wing, man. You could do it.
That's funny. No, Frizzo, come on. The new Trans Am is just a Camaro with a different front end.
Oh,
come on.
Well, those two guys that bought the name Trans Am, they're producing stuff like that.
Yeah, they have a whole but they're
company.
expensive.
They have a whole company, yeah.
See, a lot of the model car guys, if you're using like the Wicked stuff, even the Wicked stuff, figure painting's not all that hard. But when I first started, that's all I used to use on figures. You can make this stuff work really good on models, figures,
Yeah, plus you can blend with that. You can actually blend.
Well, let's not get too carried away.
Oh, you don't want to do no blending? Oh, come on.
You can, but it's not hard, but it
you just got to do it before it completely dries.
True, but like if you want to get it right, you basically got to go to oils.
My problem is the highlights, getting the highlights and the direction of the light hitting the model. That's where I have problems, These guys that can dry brush and get all the ribs like in the inside of what do you call the Monster Man here?
Yeah.
I can't do that well. I'm still working on that.
So where's that paintbrush that you had on your desk a little bit ago? Where's that? Where did you put that?
What, the fat one?
Yeah.
That's a duster. That's a makeup brush, which the girls leave behind, and I take it.
And Gil probably that brush would work great for dry brushing.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
absolutely. Stop molesting the monsters.
Yeah, I hear you, Gil. I hear you. I just got to give it a try.
Yeah, it's yeah. But no, dry brushing is, with bigger figures like the monster and the Godzilla thing, you want a bigger brush. Because if you use
He's my monster. I'll molest him if I want to.
Yeah, on your own channel.
So anyway, when did you get your start, Josh?
So I've been back in the hobby 7 years.
Okay.
Son's 8, so yeah, it'd be almost 7 years now. I've been on YouTube for like 6.
Wow.
6 or 7. Yeah, see, Gil's right on the money there.
Wow.
You can use.
I would have never thought of that. Hey, see, I gotta watch more of Gil's channel. That's what the problem is.
Yeah, see.
Well, I guess I'll have to steal some more makeup brushes.
They work. I mean, you just got to get the right amount of paint on them to where you can. But yeah, they work great.
Cool, because I got this one too.
That one might be a little too big, but yeah, it's same concept, dude. Yeah, that one might be a little too big, but but yeah. Oh yeah, see,
he buys them at the dollar store. Are you gonna meet Frizzo there? Because he goes to the dollar store often.
Dude, we just got like a Dollar Family here. I'm curious to see what they have. That might be an upcoming video once that store opens.
You can get pretty cheap water-based paint there too, because you can get like the art paint there.
Yeah,
and it's pretty cheap, and it's good for diorama work, because you could paint dioramas with it.
No,
it's your color. No, baby, it's all your color. You love that nice purple iridescent color, don't you, Johnny? Maybe I'll paint a car that color.
No, that's awesome. No, but like figures and stuff, like I've been going to, well, I've got a bunch of stuff from Xanax, but I don't think I'm going to be getting much stuff newer from him. But yeah.
Well, I got plenty of figures to mess with that. So I'll probably, you've seen my Judge Dredd stuff. Put it out. Ah! Oh, now I get it. Hey, genius, open the door.
Yeah, sorry, my son just walked out here and opened the garage door.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Good little kid. He's the one that was in the NICU, right?
Yeah. I only have one, so.
You only have one, right? That's right. You only have one.
What figure is that? Let's show that. What the heck is that?
That's Judge Hershey. I have 2 of these. That's the one I built.
That the Revell kit?
No, I think it's a Horizon.
Horizon, okay.
It's made by Horizon. It's what do you call that? Soft rubber. Can't remember what that's called anymore. I should have got what do you call Mistress of the Night in this version. That's who I should have got. But I've had her around, and I got Judge Dredd as well.
No, that'll be cool. I'm getting to where I like some of the
I
bigger
didn't know
figures.
that. I didn't know that. Thanks a lot, Red Dragon.
Yeah, Gil's got tons of them.
Yeah, well, he loves doing it for sure.
Yeah.
I have a very wide berth. I want to do everything. You know what I mean? I'm like trying to do everything. If when I die, God's gonna be like, whoa, 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 you're in heaven, but you see all the stuff you didn't get done on earth. You got to do it now. Okay, no problem, God.
Yeah. See now.
I look at it.
See, this is what I've been printing out the last couple days.
Cool.
Is I've been printing out.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Looks like Athena.
Yeah.
Looks almost Roman or Greek.
I mean, the face doesn't look all that great, but it's pretty.
Good.
For PLA, I mean,
is it supposed to be like an Amazon or
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman
From
that's what I was thinking.
The Justice League one.
Okay, the Justice League one. Okay, pretty cool.
But
I'd be happy with that. I want to see you paint it.
Cliff's always at Home Depot, man.
All right, Cliff. You're next, Cliff. You're next.
Actually, I gotta look to see who. I think Cliff is next.
He's so warm all the time, man.
Yeah, that heater works great.
Daddy, do you know someone's been living in that house that got sold?
Mm-hmm. For about a week now. Yeah.
How long has it been? Wait.
Yeah. See you later, little man.
Ask him some more questions.
Yeah, no. We're good.
Mine does it all the time. She's always asking questions.
Did you have any other questions for me?
No, that's it, basically.
So I'm actually gonna end this because we've got stuff we got to do today, family day, But
yeah, sure.
Thank you for coming on.
No problem. I enjoyed it.
It's been an hour and 15 minutes, so
And remember, if you can get the shirt, buy a shirt.
Yeah.
Buy a moparnut 62 shirt if you can. Support the channel.
Okay, cool.
Just blatant, Cool. Hey, go ahead, Josh. What were you saying?
Oh yeah. There's no show next week.
No show next week. That throws my Saturday right off.
Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend, so I'm not doing one. But I think the weekend after that,
right. Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, cool. So it has to be Cliff then next.
I believe so. I gotta look, but thank you for coming on. I will talk to you in a minute. Okay.
Sure, not a problem.
All right, everybody. So that was Mopar. I'm glad he was able to come on today. We were able to make this work. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.